Hey, greetings everybody. It's Valerie here. It's me again. Slightly more settled down to the first live I did today. I'm calling this the back to basics. I think it's time to get back to basics. I don't know about you, but I'm a bit over the whole COVID thing. I'm probably a little agitated today. It's probably good that I broadcast into the Valerie Ling page because if you follow me, then you get the chance to see all the different sides to this human being in front of you and committed to being in an authentic space with you. I was agitated. Now I'm still agitated. Time to get back to basics. Time to get back to just life. You, me, doing what we do. And if you follow me, you will know that it's always been about how do we prevent the burnout thing. The burnout thing. And so let's talk about Zoom overwhelm. Okay, it's a real thing. At the moment, I'm certainly aware of, it's not just Zoom, it's just the whole connecting online or whatever. It's a bit overwhelming as just about every social media function is open now. WhatsApp, Facebook Messenger, the good old fashioned telephone, Zoom, FaceTime. There is like a lot going on, right? And all this need to connect. How do we actually get through that? So this live is really just about two things. Two things. The first thing is about managing the Zoom overwhelm with knowing that you can actually start to say no to all the different pop-up situations that are happening with the connection. And the principle behind that is there comes a point in time we want to start heading into normalized space. That's a normalized space, meaning the new normal for whatever it looks like. What does it actually mean? What function does it serve to connect in all these different ways, right? Is it for support? Is it for communication? Is it for practical means? Is it for trading of information? Is it to get a job done? What is the function of it? And once we actually figure out whether we actually need then to have a person to person connection to serve that function, we can start to work out then, all right, which ones do we say, yes, we're going to connect to for this purpose, and how? Let us not forget the old good old fashioned way of sending an email and waiting a week. All right, not a week. But there are still these other ways that we can use to serve those functions. So if it's a work-based thing, a task-based thing that requires some information, do not feel the need to WhatsApp call or Facebook FaceTime, Facebook Messenger call or Facebook time. We can sit with that space and send an email and wait. If it's for support, consider then who are the people that you usually would connect to for meaningful support. Because right now we have the opportunity and the ability to call just about anybody. Everybody's at home. Cheers to that. Everybody's at home. You will get someone on the other end. How about we think, though, whether the person on the other end is really part of your natural resourcing and support circle anyway, right? Come back to the basics of who those people are. Think about the timing. Yes, you could have a WhatsApp communication or a Facebook call without video when you're in your pajamas, or shock horror somewhere else that you wouldn't normally have a social conversation. I betcha you've done it. You know you have. You've done it. You have, you have, you have. You do not need to have contact and communication at all times. We can go back to the basics of maybe you didn't enjoy having those sorts of connections after dinner. Maybe you really loved your evenings to be quiet and without connection. Maybe your peak time was at 10:30 in the morning, or maybe it was going for a walk with a buddy at 6 o'clock. I think we can return to those timings, come back to the basics of we're communicating. So finally, how we're communicating. Uh, do we always have to schedule something with a Zoom link? Probably not. We can go back to a more paced out, measured out, protracted way of communicating with the check in text once a week, with the you want to send a card type of thing. You want to make a phone call. So the Zoom overwhelm is a real thing right now. I am getting it in my sessions now with people trying to work out how do you actually work on the boundaries, and then how do you not feel guilty that you're saying no because people are hungry for connection. Well, I would say that people are hungry for connection, but at the same time, we can actually become. I'm going to try to behave. I am being live broadcasted. We can become a little gluttonous with it, and it may not be the best thing for us. So back to basics. We need connection, but we are not made for constant connection. We need connection, but not all connection is necessary, healthy, or happy. It's okay. Back to basics. Have a good one.